Xinyao is a lively young woman struggling to make ends meet, juggling 4 jobs to survive after losing her mother at a young age. On the other hand, we meet Renki, a 26-year-old millionaire who has built a successful company but lives with an intense fear of germs. His phobia isolates him, making it difficult for him to experience a normal life or find love to heal his lonely heart. One day, as Renki heads to work, Xinyao accidentally touches his car while rushing past. Instead of wiping off the fingerprint, as he usually does with any trace of dirt, Renki leaves it untouched, believing Xinyao might be his guardian angel. Later, they meet again, but the encounter is awkward. Xinyao appears disheveled, and Renki struggles with his compulsion to avoid anything unclean. When Xinyao sneezes, Renki impulsively shoves a croissant into her mouth and quickly escapes. Later, Xinyao is collecting trash when a group of boys starts mocking her. She runs away, bumping into Renki's car again. Furious at first, Renki's anger vanishes when Xinyao collapses in front of him. Overcome with unexpected concern, Renki takes her to the hospital, where a nurse informs him that Xinyao hasn't eaten for days. Learning of her dire circumstances, Renki feels pity for her. He stays by her side, watching over her day and night, and discovers she keeps a photo of her late mother close to her heart. After recovering, Xinyao begins working at Renki's company. Upon seeing her, Renki comments that she smells bad, but Xinyao points out he has stepped in something unpleasant, throwing him into a panic. While changing his clothes, Xinyao accidentally walks in on him and becomes flustered at the sight of his toned physique. She thanks him for taking her to the hospital, but Renki, embarrassed, brushes her off and tells her to leave. Soon after, Kian, an arrogant journalist infatuated with Renki, visits the office. Renki tries to make Kian jealous by paying attention to Xinyao, but Xinyao doesn't notice. Frustrated, Renki begins making Xinyao's life difficult, trying to convince himself he doesn't care about her. Yet, he can't stop thinking about her and even imagines her reflection in mirrors, forming heart shapes with her hands. Xinyao, who has no sense of smell, eats the unappetizing food Renki offers her without complaint, impressing him with her resilience. His admiration grows, but jealousy takes over when Lucian, a handsome man, picks Xinyao up on his motorcycle. Assuming they're together, Renki's heart fills with envy. Lucian takes Xinyao to the movies, and when she injures her leg, he carries her lovingly. Meanwhile, Renki searches for her, even enduring messy surroundings to find her. When Renki finally locates Xinyao, she is surprised to see him. Before she can say much, Lucian helps her again, angering Renki, who wants to be the one supporting her. Later, Renki overhears men ridiculing Xinyao for being a cleaner. Furious, he steps in and defends her, calling her the smartest person he's ever met. He takes her hand and walks her out in front of everyone. Xinyao trips, and their lips accidentally meet. Though unintentional, the kiss overwhelms Renki, and he faints. Xinyao takes him to the hospital, staying by his side without rest, which makes Renki fall for her even more. Renki decides he can't fire her despite her protests, realizing he's become immune to his fear of germs when it comes to her. When Renki needs to give an important presentation, Xinyao and her friends help him prepare, but when her friends are turned away, Xinyao faces the audience alone. Though nervous, she's saved when Renki arrives, and together they deliver a successful presentation. Later, a thief throws dirty water at them. Xinyao shields Renki, who, touched by her gesture, gives her his jacket and lovingly cleans her hair. He takes her home, but Lucian, jealous, assumes Renki is mistreating her and takes Xinyao away. Determined to stay close, Renki buys her a beautiful dress as a gift. When Xinyao wears it to work, everyone is stunned by how stunning she looks. Renki admires her but only brushes off a thread from her dress, disappointing Xinyao, who had hoped for a kiss. While cleaning Renki's office, Xinyao overhears him telling his driver that he hates her to hide his true feelings. Hurt, Xinyao lashes out at him before storming home. Lucian comforts her, but when he's about to confess his love, Xinyao accidentally hits him, leaving him speechless. Xinyao decides to prank Renki by giving him foul-smelling clothes and switching his business cards. As Renki becomes frustrated, he finally realizes he must apologize. When he tries to summon her to his messy office, another cleaner shows up instead. Panicked, Renki searches for Xinyao, finding her at last. He apologizes sincerely and seals it with a heartfelt kiss, finally admitting his love for her. Xinyao is left in shock after recent events, and Renki spends the following days ignoring everyone, consumed by thoughts of her. When Xinyao confronts him, asking why he kissed her, Renki hesitates and simply says it's because he doesn't hate her. However, when his driver enters, Renki hides his feelings once again. Soon after, Xinyao is assigned to clean Renki's house. She's told it will be empty, but Renki unexpectedly shows up. Xinyao, startled, trips, but Renki catches her. His gaze lingers on her lips, and he corners her against the table, only to abruptly tell her to continue working. Despite this, Renki's growing feelings for Xinyao become undeniable. Later, Xinyao is fired when the cleaning department shuts down. However, Renki's mother, noticing how much her son has improved around Xinyao, hires her as a cleaner for their home. Renki is overjoyed to see her again and personally shows her to her room, explaining the house rules. Yet having Xinyao so close proves distracting for him, especially her scent, which lingers in his mind. He even searches online for 10 ways to tell if someone likes you, but when he tries to apply the advice, an accident lands food in his eye. Xinyao helps him clean up, and during the moment, she accidentally throws a rose, which only makes her appear more beautiful in Renki's eyes. Embarrassed, Renki leaves abruptly. His driver, noticing his flustered behavior, teases him, but Renki denies his feelings. Xinyao overhears and angrily storms off, leaving Renki feeling guilty but unsure of what to say. Meanwhile, Lucian discovers where Xinyao works and, to keep her secret safe, asks her to be his girlfriend. Renki and Lucian soon find themselves competing for Xinyao's affection. Lucian gifts her a cake along with a note confessing his feelings. However, the cake brings back painful memories of Xinyao's late mother, who died in an accident. Distraught, Xinyao loses the note and breaks down in tears. Renki finds her, comforting her with his presence and wiping away her tears. Renki, unable to hold back, tells Xinyao he can't forget her. Skeptical, Xinyao challenges his sincerity, and Renki seals his confession with a passionate kiss, leaving no room for doubt. They spend the evening watching a movie together, and Xinyao falls asleep beside him. When she wakes up and tries to leave for her room, Renki stops her, insisting she stay with him. He carries her to bed, where they share more tender moments. The next morning, Xinyao expresses her happiness, and the two are inseparable, sharing kisses and affection. However, their joy is interrupted by the arrival of Renki's grandfather, who disapproves of their relationship because Xinyao is poor. It's revealed that Renki's germaphobia stems from trauma inflicted by his grandfather. Despite this, Renki stands firm, declaring his love for Xinyao and his intention to cherish her forever. To prove his commitment, Renki creates a new cleaning department at his company and makes Xinyao the manager. He even hires her father, ensuring they have financial stability. Renki begins planning a proposal and organizes a surprise event where guests are instructed to wear white. At the party, Xinyao is given flowers, a veil, and a tiara, and Renki appears with his usual elegance. He kneels and asks Xinyao to marry him, thanking her for transforming his life. Xinyao, overwhelmed, accepts. However, their happiness is short-lived. A group of men confront Xinyao, revealing that Renki's grandfather may have been responsible for her mother's death in a hit-and-run accident. Distraught, Xinyao confronts a photo of her mother, crying inconsolably. Renki, equally shocked, questions his grandfather and ultimately turns him over to the police. Renki pleads for Xinyao's forgiveness, but she cannot marry the grandson of the man who caused her mother's death. Heartbroken, she bids him farewell despite her love for him. Without Xinyao, Renki's condition worsens. He isolates himself, compulsively disinfecting everything and relying on medication. His mother grows increasingly worried about his health. Meanwhile, Xinyao visits the fairground where she and Renki once shared happy memories. Renki finds her there and embraces her, but Xinyao pulls away, insisting their love is impossible. Renki kisses her one last time, telling her he only wants her happiness. Renki resigns from his company and cuts ties with everyone. When Xinyao returns to work, she finds his office empty and realizes how much she misses him. Hearing that Renki has shut himself away, she visits his home, cleaning it and leaving food to show she still cares. Renki continues investigating the truth behind Xinyao's mother's death. He discovers from the chauffeur's mother that her son was responsible for the accident, not his grandfather. Renki records her confession and shares the truth with Xinyao. Overwhelmed, she rushes to Renki, but collapses from exhaustion after learning he's been taking too many pills. Lucian suggests that the only way for Renki to heal is for his grandfather to show approval of him and acknowledge the harm he caused. Renki's illness, Lucian believes, stems from a lack of love and support in his formative years. Renki wakes up and pleads with Xinyao to never leave his side. They make an eternal promise to one another, sealing it with a healing kiss that signifies the depth of their love. Together, they visit Renki's grandfather, who finally admits his mistakes and expresses pride in the man Renki has become. Next, they visit Xinyao's home, where Renki is visibly nervous. To his relief, Xinyao's father approves of their relationship. Xinyao lovingly prepares a meal for Renki and congratulates him on overcoming his fear of germs. She surprises him with a cake, declaring her only wish is to kiss him and live happily ever after. Renki returns to his company, which has flourished under Xinyao's leadership. She has proven herself to be the best manager, earning the admiration of everyone. Meanwhile, Renki's driver announces he is leaving to pursue his own projects and reveals he's in love with Kian. The two embark on a romantic journey, traveling the world together. Later, Renki invites Xinyao to meet him at a special location. When she arrives, she finds a large balloon with a heartfelt message from Renki asking her to marry him. Overwhelmed with emotion, Xinyao agrees, telling Renki that with or without his fear of germs, she will always love him. They share a kiss that lifts their souls to the heights of love. Renki, once a man burdened by emotional scars, has found healing in Xinyao's unwavering care and devotion. Her love has soothed every wound in his heart, teaching him that some people come into our lives as guiding lights, illuminating even the darkest paths. Together, they find happiness and a love that gives profound meaning to their lives. If you enjoyed this video, comment part 2, and if we see that you liked it a lot, we'll bring more. Leave a like if you watched until the end. Cheers!